Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Miss Nekopon and today we're going to talk about a new event in Musume. This one is called Legend Races. This event has been available and will be available until March 25th. In this event, you're going to be able to race against some legend versions of Musume. The first one you're able to race against is El Condor Pasta. You can challenge El Condor Pasta from now until the 19th, and then you can challenge Special Week from the 19th to the 22nd, and then lastly you can challenge Rudolph from the 22nd to the 25th. In this video, we're going to cover some tips about how to build your Musume so that you can win against El Condor Pasta and get first place. We're going to talk about what support cards to use, what characters to build, so let's get right into it. To start, the prizes for this event is a bunch of shards. So if you're racing against El Condor Pasta, you can get a bunch of her shards, and I'm expecting the same thing when Special Week and Rudolph are available. This is a wonderful event to stock up on some shards. You get 3 daily races, and you earn shards no matter if you win or lose, so you definitely should use them up. You get less shards if you lose, and I think the number of shards that you get is based on your placement. If you win, you get 7 shards and a bonus. The bonus is an extra shard, some money, or some support points. However, you really do want to win at least once because you get 10 extra shards, 150 jewels, 10,000 money, a shiny new trophy that also comes with another 100 jewels. Now, I'm not sure if Special Week or Rudolph will come with their own trophies, but that would be really nice just to stock up on more jewels. Additionally, don't forget there are some daily missions that you can do for even more shards. You can click here to check out the daily missions. The daily missions are to complete 1 training, win a race in training, and to play PvP once. Pretty simple stuff, right? Seriously, this is like a killer shard event. If you can get first place every day with all 3 of your attempts, you can get more or less 102 shards. You can get El Condor to the next tier with this. This is super awesome, don't miss out on it. Alright, let's start planning to win this race. First of all, in the event we can see what kind of race it will be. This is the target race information. We're assuming this information is not going to change for Special Week or Rudolph because they didn't mention it in the event info, so we're going to work with just this set of information that we have. From here, we can see that this target race is going to be in Tokyo. It'll be running on turf. It is going to be medium distance. The race will be running counterclockwise. Weather is clear skies, and the turf condition will be good. This is plenty of great information to work with, so let's start by narrowing in on which characters we want to bring to the race. The racers we're looking to bring are going to be turf racers that can run medium distance as well. First things first, I don't recommend using El Condor Pasta, Special Week, or Rudolph for this because you can't actually race them against themselves, and we want to race one racer that can be good against all 3 of them. Here's some 3-star characters that are naturally good at medium distances and turf. The recommended characters are probably going to be Suzuka, McQueen, and Teo just because they're a little bit easier to train compared to the other 3 stars. And I also have a special shout out here for Suzuka in particular because her level 2 awakening is actually very useful for this target race, which is to race a little bit better in counterclockwise races. So if you do end up training Suzuka, make sure you get her level 2 awakening just for this race. Here's also a list of some 2-stars and 1-star character that can be naturally good at this race. Now we're going to talk about how to get the recommended skills, but I'm not going to go into genealogy as that can be rather complex and everyone has varying strings of parents and traits, so let's just focus on the simpler ways to get the recommended skills. Afterwards, we're going to take a look at some winning character builds. In this section, I will be showing you support cards that could be useful to get the skills helpful with these attributes. Keep in mind you don't actually need an SSR or even an SR version of these cards to get many of the desired skills. You just have to make sure the character on the card is the same so that they can provide the same skills. For example, Super Creek SSR and Super Creek R has the same skills. SSR provides more passives and additional skills sometimes, so definitely use them if you have it, but don't ever feel like you need to be pressured to use an SSR to get the skills you want. But still, make sure to double check the cards to make sure they have the skills you want before using it, just in case. In general, I would be skipping Guts cards as they are not recommended to build with and is not needed in particular for this race. A minimum of 300 Guts should be enough for this. The first attribute we're looking at is Tokyo, and for Tokyo, the skill you want is this one. Unfortunately, the only card that I found that has it is from Vodka, so if you don't have a Vodka card like me, you're gonna have to borrow one if you want this skill. Also, skills with a circle in the title can typically be upgraded to a bullseye, so you can buy the skill twice if you want to for the upgraded version. The next one is Counterclockwise Attribute. The skill that supports counterclockwise is this one. Also, I want to mention I mostly just rephrased the Japanese to English with the combined powers of Google Translate and a little bit of my Japanese knowledge, so apologies in advance if there is some mistakes. Anyway, the only card that really supports this currently is Silent Suzuka. A reminder again that Suzuka can actually learn it from her level 2 awakening, so if you want to, I think you can try to inherit this from other Suzukas that have this as a skill. The next attribute is Good Condition, and this is the skill you're looking for. There's actually quite a number of support cards that have this skill, so let's take a look at them. We have Nishino Flower, Super Creek, Rice Shower, and also King Halo. You don't have many slots, so try not to double up on these so you can have a chance at as many skills as possible. Keep in mind, hint for skills you want from support cards is actually random, so even if you equip an entire wishlist of skills from support cards, you might not end up with many of them. The next attribute is Clear Skies, and the skill you'll need is this one. The cards that have the skill are El Condor Pasa and Mejiro Dober. Okay, now I'll recommend some cards based on their stat to help you build your decks. Some of these cards are specifically good at medium distance races only, and are second priority in my opinion to the previously mentioned ones such as Tokyo, Counterclockwise, Good Condition, and Clear Skies, so pick out those ones first. First, let's talk about speed cards. Nishino Flower and King Halo both can help you with the Good Condition skill. Suzuka has the Counterclockwise skill, Teo has 2 medium distance skills, and lastly we have Special Week, but I'm specifically talking about the event one because her regular one actually gives guts and that's not what we want. She also comes with a medium distance skill. For stamina, we have Super Creek and Rice Shower, and they can both help you with the Good Condition skill, while Tamamo Cross actually has a ton of medium distance skills. They can be super helpful. In power, we have 5 cards to consider. The first one is Vodka because she has the exclusive Tokyo Racetrack skill, and she also comes with a medium distance skill. The next one is El Condor Pasa, and she comes with not only the Sunny Day skill, but also a bunch of medium distance skill. If you have her SSR, she also comes with the upgraded uptempo skill called Killer Tune. This is probably one of the best cards for this build. Then we have Oguri Cap, that also has the uptempo skill. Agnes Digital has 1 medium straight line skill. And lastly, Mejiro Ryan also has straight line along with uptempo. Alright, we're in the last category. This one is Intelligence. We have 4 cards to choose from here. The first one is Winning Ticket, and she has the Good Condition skill. We also have Mejiro Dober that has the lovely Sunny Day skill along with 2 medium distance skills, so this is a good pick. Daiwa Scarlet also has 2 medium distance skills. And lastly, so does Agnes Tachyon. Alright, now it's finally time to look at some character builds. The ones I'm showing you all can take first place against the Legend version of El Condor Pasa. I only have a few since we can only race it like 3 times a day so far, but right now I have Suzuka, McQueen, Mihono Bourbon, and of course even a 1-star can accomplish this, Nice Nature. First, let's talk about Suzuka. I'll display the race on the left side here while I talk about this build. First of all, I really do think Suzuka is one of the easiest characters to build overall, so I highly recommend using her if you have her. In this build I made, I definitely took on way too much guts, which should only be around 300, and I also allocated too much stamina to it because this is a medium distance race and should probably only need around 450 stamina. If given the chance, I probably would have reallocated those extra points to Intelligence. But really the star here are the skills. I got really lucky with her. She managed to grab the Tokyo Racetrack skill, and I also got her Counterclockwise skill upgraded both to Bullseye. She also had a medium distance straight line skill, so she was really just ready to rock this race. The next one here is Mejiro McQueen. Unfortunately, I don't have a video for her and she's the only one without one, but I will still critique her build here. Again, it looks like I've allocated way too much into stamina for her, but overall I think her build here is pretty solid. She also managed to inherit an S for Turf, which is really nice, and she also managed to get 2 medium distance skills. Here we have Mihono Bourbon. She's a very similar type of racer to Suzuka. This Bourbon though is just an example of being a powerhouse. Although a little short on speed, all the other stats are way over the needed amount and she's just pretty much crashed through El Condor Pasa. None of her skills are particular to this race either, just a lot of generally useful ones. Finally, here is Nice Nature. She's a 1-star, but she is still great for this race. She uses a different type of strategy compared to the previous racers. She's a betweener, so she uses less speed and more power to run. I was pretty meticulous about her stats for this target race build specifically, so I don't have too much to nitpick here. For her skills, she managed to nab good condition and up tempo, so I'm sure those two helped her in this race. Overall, it seems you can manage to have a pretty average stats with 2 to 3 skills to make this race work in your favor. Highly recommend getting the green skills if you can. I'm sure side games will come out with harder difficulties in the future because this one is just labeled as hard mode. Perhaps we will have very hard or even legend mode in the future? Who knows? Thank you so much for watching and I hope this information was helpful to you. What was your strategy for this race? Do you have any tips you'd like to share? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you have any content ideas, that would be super helpful too. I appreciate it. If you've enjoyed your time with me here today, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I would appreciate that so much. Thanks again for watching and I'll see you all next time. Happy racing!